Good evening, and thank you for joining us. We begin with breaking news at this hour. The U.S. is now headed toward a wartime footing in the fight against the pandemic. With hospitals overrun by sick patients tonight, President Trump is calling up reserve military units to join the effort to expand hospital capacity. And he is invoking the Defense Production Act for the first time, forcing General Motors to make urgently needed ventilators, just hours after he suggested the country had had enough of them. Later today, Congress passed and the president signed that $2 trillion relief law designed to help American business and workers who have lost their jobs. And as we come on the air, confirmed cases of the coronavirus in the U.S. now top 100,000. That's the most in the world. Nearly 1,500 Americans have died, an increase of more than 340 in just a day. Tonight, Miami is imposing an overnight curfew, and Utah, Montana, and North Carolina are issuing stay-at-home orders. That means that nearly half of all states are now telling Americans not to leave their homes. There's a lot to cover tonight, and we're going to begin tonight at the White House with Paula Reid. And Paula, that relief bill passed with bipartisan support, but you wouldn't know it from who was invited to the signing.
You certainly would not, because the president did not extend an invitation to House Speaker Nancy Pelosi or other Democrats. It's the latest snub in a long-running feud between the top Democrat and President Trump.
I've never signed anything with a T on it.
The president heralded the $2 trillion bill as a lifeline for the ailing economy.
This will deliver urgently needed relief to our nation's families, workers, and businesses.
The motion is adopted.
The House passed the bill earlier today with bipartisan support as lawmakers were seen social distancing on the House floor and wiping down microphones and chairs.
This bill is not perfect. No bill ever is. But it is the strong medicine we need to defeat this invisible enemy.
This is a 9/11 moment, a time to put partisan differences aside.
The law provides billions in loans and grants to small and large businesses. A new poll shows a third of Americans say they or a family member has been laid off. The government will send checks to most individuals of up to $1,200, double for couples, and an additional $500 for each child. The government says the IRS could deposit the payments directly in bank accounts within 3 weeks, but some taxpayers may not get their checks for as long as 4 months.
Maybe they'll change their tune, but we didn't want to play games with them.
Also today, the president invoked the Defense Production Act to require General Motors to make ventilators, saying in a statement that the automaker was wasting time. Earlier, GM said it had reached a deal with Ventec Life Systems to build ventilators at a plant in Indiana. The president's demand comes after he downplayed the need for the life-saving medical equipment just last night.
I don't believe you need 40,000 or 30,000 ventilators.
At tonight's briefing, the president once again said that state governors who actually want aid to help fight this outbreak, that they need to treat him right. And if they don't, he won't call. Nora?
All right, Paula, thank you.